My husband cheated on me while I was pregnant and took our dog in divorce. Now he wants his engagement ring back, but I want my dog. My husband, let's call him David, 38M, and I, 29F, are divorcing after 6 years. We have 2 kids together. Our oldest is 5 years old, and our youngest is 7 months old. He doesn't want a divorce but is keeping it friendly so far because of the kids. We ran into a snag when he moved out and took the family dog, Loki. Loki is 4 and is trained as a therapy dog. I did all the training and care for Loki. I used to take him to visit the patients at 2 hospice facilities twice a week. David loves the dog, but not as much as I do. Also, I will have primary custody and think it would be best if the kids didn't lose the dog too. My 5-year-old keeps asking for him, and it breaks my heart. The issue is that I bought the dog for David as a Christmas gift, so legally, the dog is his. The only leverage I have is my wedding set, worth about $8,000. They were his grandma's, and his mother and him want the set back. There was never an agreement to give them back in the event of divorce, spoken or written. Legally, the rings were a gift, and they are mine. I have no intention of keeping the rings. They should stay in the family, no matter what. Even if I give the rings back, they probably will end up going to my sons when they are old enough. I probably wouldn't think to keep them or use them for bartering if the divorce weren't his fault, but it is entirely his fault. He cheated while I was pregnant, so maybe anger is clouding my judgment a bit too. He blames me and thinks I forced him to cheat. I'm not the carefree 20-year-old he fell in love with. I don't give him my full attention now that I have 2 kids, work full-time, care for the home, and have my own hobbies. And he thinks I didn't try hard enough to forgive him when he got caught. Is it really crappy that I hold his late grandma's rings from him unless he gives me back the family dog that I gifted him? Update 1. I talked to David that night about our oldest son. Our son has been asking for his daddy and Loki since he moved out 3 months ago. Note that David has only come to visit twice since then. I told him that we all miss the dog, and I thought our son would adjust better if Loki came back to us. I also told him I miss taking Loki to the hospice center twice a week, as he is a therapy dog. He got mad and accused me of trying to guilt him into giving back our 5-year-old's dog, and he reminded me that I had gotten the dog for him as a Christmas present. So I offered him the trade, his grandma's diamond engagement ring and wedding ring for the dog. He refused and accused me of holding his late grandmother's rings for ransom, saying I wanted to take everything from him, blah blah blah. Yesterday, his mother came to visit my kids. Note that we have a very good relationship with each other. She's a lovely woman in a tough position. She's mad at David for cheating on me while pregnant and destroying our marriage, but she has to take his side. Still, she wants to protect her own interests too, which is access to her grandchildren. But I'm divorcing her son, not her. I would never deny her access to the kids. We had a lovely visit, and I asked her to talk to her son about giving Loki back. Turns out that David has been complaining about the dog nonstop. Loki is 4 and has very high energy, and he's used to working 2 days a week and getting 2 walks a day. David moved in with his new girlfriend, and she hates the dog. There is no yard, and she doesn't help with any of Loki's care. She agreed that Loki belonged with me and her grandsons, but was hesitant to get involved because David loves Loki too, and technically, the dog was a gift to him. I told her just because something was a gift, didn't always mean the receiver should keep it. With that, I pulled off my wedding set, which is her mother's, and gave them back to her. She was teary and grateful and said she couldn't promise anything. I told her I would just appreciate her speaking to David about it. It was a gamble on my part, but she's always done right by me. And divorcing a mama's boy does have some advantages. Edit. David dropped off Loki about an hour ago and we are all so overjoyed. I'm blessed with a very wonderful mother-in-law who has been nothing but supportive of me. She was a godsend when I had my youngest, and we are going to work hard to preserve our relationship. We need each other more than ever now. I already called her crying, thanking her for standing up to her son. I'm so glad to share a good mother-in-law story.